Hi guys, FrostFangs here and welcome back once again to another Paladins video. We're on 1.4, it's live. As far as I know, it's live on all platforms, but don't quote me on that. I think it's live on Switch and I think it's live on consoles. I obviously know for sure it's live on PC. I had a very broken version of Paladins when 1.4 updated itself. I went ahead, launched Paladins 1.4 updated, and then nothing at all loaded. I couldn't see any characters. I got into a game, it crashed, nothing was working. I restarted my PC, absolutely nothing. I ended up basically having to reinstall Paladins, and now it works. Don't really know exactly how to describe what was going on. I think I have some video footage that I tried to record when everything was completely broken. Like, I couldn't see any character models. I know I'm not the only person who had that, because a couple of people reached out to me, like showing me the same sort of screenshots that I was having, where it was basically just nothing, like just hollow areas where characters should be, and reinstalling it ended up fixing it for a couple of those. So I tried it and it ended up working. Today we're doing Seris. She was changed in 1.4, but I didn't really get a chance to cover it in the PTS just because there was so much new stuff that I wanted to get to. First, she had her range buffed on her Restore Soul. It went from 100 to 120, so it's a 20% increase, which is actually a significant amount. And she got Soul Collector, pretty heavily buffed. This used to stack up to 8 times, so that each detonated charge you would get an extra 2% health and 2% weapon damage. That's still the same, it's still 2% and then it resets when you die, but now it stacks up to 15 times, so you can have up to like 30% bonus damage and health instead of up to 16%, which is a pretty big buff. It's not my personal favorite card for Seris. I really like the Void Abides. I also kind of like Agony if I'm going up against a lot of flankers, or Mortal Reach if you're playing on a really long map. I don't really know exactly where this one fits in, but I've seen people do really well with it. That's what we're going to be rolling with today. I've got the Loadout. I've changed it a little bit, I think, since the last time you guys saw it, although it is very similar. It is just spammy Seris, maxing out Soulforge, nearly maxing out Fade to Black, and then also buffing our F with Dark Whisper 2, Veil 2, and Blood Pact just to give us a little bit of more sustain. This is the third time I've been in the queue. Hopefully everyone hits accept, and they did. Yay, where is Seris? There we go. I always forget where she is. So we got Siege, Splitstone Quarry. Pretty decent map for Seris, as long as we like stick to corners and stuff. We shouldn't have too hard a time. Might as well use a booster. I've only got 8 of them left because I've been playing a little bit more Paladins recently because 1.4 is out, so obviously I'm going to play more games as much as I can. I think this is probably one of the most well-received patches Paladins has had in a good little while. Most people seem to really enjoy 1.4, and there aren't too many people that I've seen that have something bad they can really say about it. A lot of this stuff feels like stuff that should have been changed a long time ago because it just makes a lot more sense than the way it was previous to this patch. I think somebody called me out in the lobby, Ashtari Banana. How do I even say that name? Shoutouts to him. He's the Zin. I'll try my best to heal him up. We've got a Bomb King, me, Zin. I've already called that out. Victor and Nando. So I'm a solo healer as Seris, which is a little bit scary considering the legendary card we're going for today. We're going up against a Pip as their only healer. To cancel that, they've also got a Grok, and a Nara, Koga, and a Nando. So double tank, double healer flank is a little bit scary, but we do have double damage to kind of deny that. The new border that Bomb King has looks pretty damn cool. So let's get Soul Collector and the standard spammy Seris loadout. I haven't played with this skin all that much, so I guess this is a good way to show it off. Auto purchase is enabled. Great. I guess that's because my settings were super borked. I'm also using a little bit of a different reticle to the ones I've been using in previous videos. I now have like the white precise one, I think it's how it's called, whereas before I had the round one with the dot in the middle in yellow. I feel like white is actually a little bit easier to see in yellow because there aren't that many things that are pure white. It also has like a little bit of a black backdrop, so it's really easy to see. I guess I'll see when I put this together if it's as easy to see in the video as the yellow one was, because that's a big part of it. I don't like using the little dot one because then when I actually upload this to YouTube, you can't see where I'm aiming at all, which I don't really like, so that's why we're using this one instead. It has Bloom though. I don't want Bloom on it. Let's get a heal on the Nando. One of the most important things I'd say with reticles is disabling Bloom. I can't play with Bloom at all. It's really off-putting. I know some people don't mind it, but for me, that's like the biggest thing to change with a reticle. I can't stand Bloom. I'm gonna F. There we go. Let's just get away. It looks like I dive into piss when I do this. I have made a video on this skin before. I remember because it looks like you dive into a pool full of piss when I hit F for some reason. Let's get some marks on people. There we go. Fill up our nice little legendary card. It is pretty important to use our Q. Usually it doesn't make too big of a difference with Seris. You usually just use it for the heal, but with this loadout you kind of need to use it to actually be stronger, which is kind of nice. I feel like this actually isn't that bad now that you can stack it so hard, and also that extra range I'm definitely feeling. God damn, it's really noticeable. Even though it's only 20%, I can definitely tell that I have more range than I used to have. Did we just dismount that Nando without even really trying? Let's get some more marks on people. There we go. That's 8 stacks. Nice. I want to F away any second here. Oh, I can see in the bottom left. I thought that was how many people I had stacked on, but it's not. It's how many I've got on my legendary card. That's a really cool touch, Hi-Rez. You did it good. You did it good, although I guess it's Evil Mojo now, right? That little touch is one hell of a nice change because now I can tell exactly how many stacks I have without having to look anywhere that isn't obvious. Like, it makes sense for it to be there, which I really like. That's why we have nearly 2,900 health. Holy crap, that's really cool. So with the loadout we're rocking right now, this is the max amount of health I can possibly have and the max amount of damage I can do. 275 though? That's kind of crazy. 275 a basic attack is really strong. Like, what is it normally? Like 200? I can't even remember. I can't do quick maths right now. Let me hold K. So by default, we deal 210 and this buffs it to 275. That's a pretty big change. It's not crazy. I think the health added to that is what makes it kind of ridiculous. I really, really do like this legendary card significantly more than I thought I would, mainly because you can see the stacks and I can also see how it's affecting my game already just from this short little test. Also, they have barely any cauterize, so that's nice. Let's just detonate that to heal up and then hit F. This is why we have the extra cast time on there, or less cast time, I should say. Let's heal that Zin. There we go. They haven't got much cauterize at all. They have like 3 tier 1s because we're very early in this match right now, so that's good. There's a heal for you. My god, when this passes through multiple people, I'm dealing like more than 500 a hit right now. I'm dealing 550. That's kind of crazy. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this one in the comments because I didn't have that many people that asked me to cover this one, so that's kind of why it got delayed a little bit more than the others. Let's get a heal on you. Are we ulting? Sure. I don't know if that was a bad play or not, but we did just get a 3-man pull. There we go. That was a whole team pull, was it not? I wish Bomb King would have ulted with me. He did it a little bit late. Victor also did it a little bit late. I probably should have called it out with ultimate ready. I definitely should have called that out, but either way, we're managing to push this up pretty nicely. This just, it feels really nice to deal 275 a hit. It also feels nice to have like an extra 30% health more than usual. You are just gone. I feel like I have such more impact and like I'm so much more beefy when realistically it's only 30% bonus damage and health, which actually now that I think about it actually sounds like a lot, so I take back that statement I just made. We're pushing this pretty easily. This legendary card is a lot of fun to play and I actually feel like I can pretty easily get rid of these squishy characters, which is something that you don't usually feel like you can say as Seris, or at least not for me. So the first round's over. We managed to push it as well as capture. I'm on an 18 streak. I haven't died yet, and I really like this. Once I have fully stacked, obviously if you just keep dying over and over again, you're not getting any benefit from the legendary card, but it's pretty easy to detonate 15 stacks and then not die, not only because it increases your damage and your health, obviously the more stacks you have, which makes it easier, but having 2,900 health and a self-heal with AQ and our right click, because they both self-heal us, alongside an F which makes us immune, is kind of ridiculous. I also really like the reticle. I know most people don't give a crap about them, but I feel like this one actually helps me play a little bit better just because it's easier to see what I'm kind of pointing at. But just dealing this much damage per hit is ridiculous. I feel like I'm actually having an impact as Seris. Like, not only an impact as in healing, which you usually feel because Seris is a pretty damn good healer, but also damage. Like, I feel like I'm dealing pretty good damage right now. I want to hear from you guys, especially those of you guys that, I guess, main Seris, how you feel about this and how you feel about the legendary card. I can heal through an Inara wall? I actually didn't know that. Are we going to ult here? Is this the play? That's the play, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get any kills? Maybe? Maybe? They're all really low. That might have just been a game-winning play, or a push-winning play, I suppose. Let's cancel that heal. Let's get a heal on Nando. There we go. He's got Rejuvenate. Thank you very much. You are gone as well. My god, we're just melting people. My reload feels really fast as well. Did they increase the reload speed on Seris? I don't remember her reload being that quick. I don't think they changed it, but it just feels faster than I remember. Hello, Pip. What's popping? Can we get rid of you? Oh my god, we deal such good damage. He's nearly gone. Oh my god, if I'd have landed 2 more, he'd be a goner. I'm sorry, Victor. I need to get heals on you. I'm sorry. There we go. I took forever to get to him. That's my bad. Let's get another heal on you. I haven't died yet. 25 streak, boys. We got this. I'm going to try my best to not die at all this game. There's another heal for you. Let's detonate those. That's a Grok ulting. That's the new Grok, who I freaking forgot to mention because I play PTS so much that it just kind of has become normal Grok for me already, even though it's pretty damn new. Let's ult, sure. Let's ult, sure. Gaze into the abyss. That didn't really get too many people, but we got rid of the Grok. I'm also nearly killing those people. That Nando's 1 hit off. There we go. Nice one. Let's heal that Zin. Let's heal the Nando. I'm doing such a good job right now. I haven't died and I'm on a 27 streak. 28 streak. Let me correct myself. I think the thing that makes the biggest statement is the fact that I didn't play this in the PTS because I didn't think it would be a big change, but it is significantly more of a difference than I thought it would be. So like actually covering it now in live is actually kind of more satisfying because it's another one of those ones that slipped under my radar. There was another one that I covered kind of recently, the tire one, that slipped under my radar, but this is a whole nother level of me not realizing how good this could be. Obviously my team making a big difference too, but that's a 4-0 push without me having a single death It's ridiculously good. I really like this legendary card. It's actually going to be one that I probably play with a decent amount. We also got top play. Not only did we get a 4-0 win, we got a top play as Seris with the new legendary card, and also the spammy Seris loadout, which works better than I thought. So we're healing through that wall. Didn't know you could do that. Getting some shots out, hitting E, and look at how much damage we deal here. Look at those freaking 250s and 275s. That's insane. We probably did the most damage to that little pull than anybody else because of how much we deal now. I don't really know how to explain how that felt. It felt really good to play Seris this way. It felt like playing damaged Seris, which is something I never even really thought could be a thing because of just the way her kit is, I guess. Just in case you haven't tried this, the easiest way I can explain it is imagine you ult somebody, okay, and you pull 2 people. If you hit both of them with 1 hit normally, as Seris with like a different legendary card, you'll deal 420 to both of them. If you hit 3 people, you'll deal 630. But with this one, if you're max stacked and you deal 275 a hit, you deal 550 with 2, and then you go ahead and deal 825. Did I just do my maths correctly? I think that's 825. If not, I'm going to seem like an idiot. I guess if you just think about it normally as well, it makes sense. 30% bonus damage, 30% bonus health is crazy. Before it only went up to 16%, which didn't really make sense because that's not that big of a buff. You used to get 16% for 8 stacks, which was really easy to get. 8 stacks is nothing, but now you really do benefit from staying alive as Seris, which she's really, really good at because of just the way her kit works. Inherently, she's very good at surviving, but this really gives her even more of a reason to try and not die and keep those stacks. The stacks weren't hard to get either. I got them in like the first minute of that match. I was thinking about doing 2 games, but I think I'm going to leave it at 1 just because I don't want to ruin this video by doing a second game that goes really, really badly, so I'm going to leave it here because I feel like this is an actual pretty accurate representation of how this goes. If you have a very good team who are watching your back, which my team were, my Nando didn't die either. Both of us have 0 deaths. And you get your stacks, you activate your Q, especially considering they had 2 tanks. It was very easy for me to fill up my stacks on both of them and instantly generate like 8 stacks from it. Obviously, the self-heal is really, really nice too, but now you get up to 30% bonus health, which gives us 2.9, which is crazy, but also our damage goes from 210 a hit to 275 a hit, which again, may not seem like lots, but when you're hitting a squishy character, it makes it very, very easy to deal with them as Seris, which isn't something you usually have. Usually as a Seris, if you're flanked and you don't have the stun legendary card, you're basically gone. I play flanks a decent amount, and it's very easy to kill Seris, but now if she's full stacks, she's probably going to be kind of annoying to deal with, not only because she can F away, but she can stack on you, heal, F away, and then easily finish you off if she doesn't kill you in the bloody first version of that fight. As in, did pretty good, 58k. The fact that we had more damage than him again really does show you how strong this is. Bomb King only had 1,000 more than me, and Nando actually had 10k more than me. He had top damage that game, so freaking shoutouts to S-Feed, if that's how you even say his name. Victor also did pretty good. He had 5k under us. My whole team did ridiculously good that game. Massive props to the lot of them. We absolutely shredded them, so massive shoutouts to all of them, especially as Turi Banana, if that's how you say his name, because he watches my stuff, or at least recognized me. Their Koga was getting battered by everybody, including me. Their Inara having a very, very hard time. All of them had a very hard time getting over like 30k, 35k, other than Nando, who did pretty damn good on the damage side of things. They're all having a really tough time, although healing-wise, Grok healed for 81k and Pip healed for 50k, so they did heal for a lot because we were outputting a lot of damage, but they just weren't able to deal the damage back. I healed for 95k as well, so I not only dealt 60, but I healed for 95, so I dealt twice the damage of both of their healers, and I also healed for way more, so there you go. Don't really know what else I can say. This one caught me off guard, and it also wasn't requested that much. Not that many of you guys were asking for Seris. A lot of you guys were asking for Ying, who is somebody I need to practice a little bit more before I feel comfortable trying out the life exchange one. I will get to the Ying one eventually. I just need to play Ying a little bit more because she's one of my least played characters. She's level 15, but that's just because I used gold to get her to 15 to get the title of the dedicated, whereas Seris, I play a decent amount and I feel pretty comfortable with her because she's a pretty safe pick, just like Genos is for me. But Ying, I don't play that much. I usually leave her to other people, but I will cover life exchange if you want to see me do it. But it surprised me. There wasn't that much hype over Seris. Seris was barely talked about. She got a little bit of a range increase, which again, super noticeable, but that legendary card for me is now my favorite one to pick. If I feel confident with my team, I don't need a stun, I don't need extra range, and I also don't need like a group heal. This is the one to go. I feel like this actually has a place in Seris's selection of legendary cards, and I really, really like it. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you all very, very soon. Let me know what you want to see me do next, and as always, stay frosty.